Where's that big firmware update expected for the Canon EOS R5? You know the one that's supposed to remove that 30-minute record limit, add pre-buffer shooting, lens breathing correction, and improve autofocus. Stick around after this short message for an update. But first, subscribe to this channel for a chance to win a Canon EOS R5. I'll be giving one away to one lucky subscriber once this channel reaches 100,000 subscribers. Anyone above the age of 18 with a valid mailing address is eligible. Additional terms and conditions are linked in the description down below. It all started with this post, all the way back in March 30th, 2023, that Canon would release a major firmware update for the Canon EOS R5 to keep the Canon EOS R5 viable through 2023, at least in the features department. Canon will release a major new firmware update sometime this year. We wouldn't be surprised to see the new firmware update announced for NAB 2023, which is in April. Then on March the 30th, Canon released firmware 1.8.1 that included pixel shift, allowing the Canon EOS R5 to capture 400 megapixel images. But the firmware update didn't come with any other features, and well, it did fix a few minor other issues, but that was really it for that firmware update. And people were upset. They were disappointed. They were ready to leave Canon over a firmware update that added new capabilities. Well, one new capability, and that's pixel shift, giving the camera the capability to shoot images at 400 megapixels. And why it's not nearly as good as Sony's implementation in the A7R5. Still, it's added capabilities, it's added enhancements to the camera, and you would think that that would be perceived as a good thing, but it wasn't. However, one could argue that we already did get that major firmware update for the Canon EOS R5, but that it was for the R5C. On June the 22nd, Canon issued firmware 1.0.4.1 for the Canon EOS R5C, significantly reducing the switching time from photo to video and video to photo. It also added a power saving mode that would actually extend your shooting time, and added a digital teleconverter with 1.5 to 2.5 and 3 times. But it also added some capabilities, or I should say enhancements, to the waveform monitor. You could now increase the size of the waveform monitor, but also adjust the transparency or opacity of it. Various improvements and enhancements were made to the gamma and color space, view assist, but we also got major improvements to the autofocus system, where the R5C could now enable tracking time to change the variability depending on the subject, and the ability to track and detect when the head was facing sideways or backwards, or in situations such as wearing a helmet. And firmware 1.0.4.1 certainly added an awful lot of support for various lenses, from CN lenses to RF lenses and EF lenses. What I propose happened here is that Canon rumor sources got the wires crossed. Now, they were correct that we did get a major firmware update for the R5 in 2023, but it wasn't the R5, but the R5C. And any illusions of a big firmware update were dashed on August the 29th, when Canon rumors said, "We've been told that any further firmware updates for the Canon EOS R5 will come later in 2023. But that, and here's the key part here, it won't be a major feature update. There are still a few things that Canon will add, but please temper your expectations." So at this point in the video, I want it to be absolutely clear that we are not getting a major firmware update for the Canon EOS R5. That's it. We're done in terms of major, what do Canon rumors call it, feature updates or enhancements. However, we will get new added capabilities. We just don't know what those are. Let's look at some of the ones that were proposed back in March. Adding lens breathing correction or pre-buffer shooting, or both of these, is certainly plausible, as is improving the autofocus system to track more vehicles, more objects, such as to be able to track bikes, trains, and planes, or track additional animals. As I stated back in March and April, as much as I'd like to see that 30-minute record limit lifted, I don't see that happening, not in a firmware update for the Canon EOS R5. However, I certainly do expect that the Canon EOS R5 Mark II will definitely have that 30-minute record limit removed. It's not going to have any arbitrary recording limits. Now, that isn't to say that they won't have some sort of temperature or heat management controls. After all, the Canon EOS R5 does as well, with that auto temp power off. If you set that to high, you can record for, well, multiple hours. And the reason why I was able to test that consecutively is, well, I just had to keep pressing that start and stop button. But I've also done many live streams where I've shot for over 3 hours, output over HDMI, 4K HQ, and no issues whatsoever. But let's get back to firmware updates for 2023. The Canon EOS R5 is likely going to get a firmware update before the end of 2023. And if you're thinking it's a little bit too late in the season for that, well, take a look at this list of all the Canon EOS R5 firmware updates. We can clearly see that we have received a firmware update as late as December. And as far as November goes, well, we've received 2. Could we potentially see a third one? Yeah, that's certainly possible. But here we are, November the 19th, 2023, and there's very little time left in this year. And all the talk about Canon is new lenses that are coming out, new lenses that have been announced, as well as lenses like the 200 to 800, the 24 to 105 f2.8 that are supposed to start shipping around December the 14th. So we've got that. We've got the Canon EOS R5 Mark II, the Canon EOS R1, due to be announced sometime, or at least teased sometime in the first quarter of 2024. So there's an awful lot going on. Don't expect any major enhancements to the Canon EOS R5. Canon's more or less putting that camera in coaster mode because their full attention and focus is going to be on the EOS R5 Mark II, the Canon EOS R1, new lenses, and any firmware updates. Well, those are going to be focused on the new cameras coming out and the new lenses. And if you are looking at purchasing new camera gear from B&H, Adorama, or Amazon.com, please consider using my affiliate links down below because, well, it really does help this channel grow. I get a small commission back from the purchase of any, well, camera lenses, bodies, or accessories, including hard drives, memory storage units. And I got to thank everybody who's used my affiliate links in the past. It's been a really good month. It's helped set me up for 2024. I've just done my taxes, and I've got a really good tax situation, so I can tell you without a doubt I'll have no problems picking up the Canon EOS R5 Mark II, the Canon EOS R1, the 200 to 800 millimeter, and I'm contemplating actually going ahead and ordering the 24 to 105 f2.8. That's right, I know it's not a cheap lens, but as I've said before, when you guys use my affiliate links or by just the income I get from you watching this on YouTube, all that money comes into this channel and is spent back on this channel to try and make it better. As I approach 50,000 subscribers after just 4 years of work, yes, I've put in an awful lot of effort, but I wouldn't be here without you and your support. So thank you for using your affiliate, or thank you for using my affiliate links, for subscribing, liking, and commenting. It's very much appreciated. John, Marcy, Kathy, Tim, and everybody else out there. So thank you very much. But we are getting ready for some major announcements. And also on Black Friday, I do have a live stream where I'm going to cover the day's events from 7 o'clock in the morning to 12 o'clock in the afternoon. And the main focus of this live stream isn't to really focus on what's on sale, and we will be covering that. But I'm going to have several guests on that they're going to talk for a bit of time about what's in their camera bag, any tips and tricks from videographers, cinematographers, photographers, photojournalists. I've got a whole list of people that are going to be coming on this channel to talk about what's in their camera bag. And while they're talking about that, I'm going to be flashing up on the screen different sales that are on for the different devices they're talking about. So it makes it, I guess, a much more interactive Black Friday coverage. And of course, you're going to be able to comment and ask questions to our guests. And I might even have some guests from other rumor channels on. Maybe the Camera Insider, would they be showing up? Canon rumors, Sony Alpha rumors, Nikon rumors? Well, you just have to tune in on November the 24th, starting at 7 a.m. for all my coverage. But that's it for now. Don't forget to subscribe and follow me on X, formerly known as Twitter. Have yourself a great weekend, and we'll see you again soon.